Here we go.
Saw the secret A7S III. Oh, shoot, we're live.
Oh,
How's it going?
Jason, we can't talk about that right now. All right, so it's funny because there's like 0 viewers right now, so no one's gonna hear that until after, until after this show happens.
Oh, wow, you're
So
right.
what?
The chat is popping.
Right, so even if you're talking about the camera you saw over there or whatever, no one. Okay, now the 7 viewers that popped up on the thing. So I don't know if they even heard what you said beforehand. But anyway, if you're watching the stream right now, thank you for joining us for this Monday live episode here with Jason Vong. And there will be show notes posted after the show. So if you're catching it after the live, hopefully I'll have some show notes posted afterwards. Check the comment section down below, and you can jump to the areas that you are interested in. Right now, we are in the pre-show mode. We'll get started with the show in about 10 to 12 minutes. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below.
Cool.
All right. Jason, how have you been, man? I just heard you just came back right now.
Yeah, dude, just landed at what 4:30, almost 5 p.m. and then drove straight home just to come back to do a live show. Can't miss another one.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Dedication.
I see PhotoMe. He's got his computer ready and everything. He's just like, all right, waiting to hop on in case.
Oh, man. What time did you leave New York? Their time was 1 o'clock or something, or
yeah, I think we departed at 1 o'clock. Yeah, 1 p.m.
What airline did you take? Was it Alaska?
11 here, 12, 10 here, 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Alaska.
Okay.
Alaska. It was brutal, man. That 6-hour flight was brutal.
Oh, man.
Brutal.
All right, let's see here. What is going on, everybody, in the chat? So we had some folks here at 6:30 and 6:24. Navi was talking about the 40mm f2. Family 5, hi everyone. Chris Dye. Let's see. A Family 5 saying, I just bought the Sony a6000 with 2 Sony lenses for $499.
Nice.
Doesn't sound like a bad deal.
16 to 50, 55 to 210. I assume.
It's not terrible to get started with those. If those were the 2 lenses you ended up getting, definitely want to add a prime next. That's I'd recommend. Let's see. Jason's asking, is this set for 12:30 a.m. Eastern time? Did I set the time wrong or something? I'm scared now.
I always have a feeling that it doesn't matter what we set the time to, because YouTube would just magically change it to something else. Every time I do a live show on my channel, it's just 7. I put it 7 p.m. and it's just 6:30 waiting for Jason Vong. It's what's going on?
Oh man! Speaking of that, I was hearing because we're talking. You mentioned premieres last time, like the YouTube premiere stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there was this YouTube channel that called Strange Parts or Stranger Parts or something like that.
Strange Things. What?
It's not Stranger Things, but this guy who builds an iPhone in China, he goes into China and builds an iPhone or something. Oh. And his channel, his videos get millions of views. And he decided to do a YouTube live premiere of one of his recent projects that he spent a huge amount of time on. It's a 40-minute video. And he normally gets about 1 million views over. And he did a YouTube premiere on it, and he did not even get anywhere close to it. Oh, his video pulled about 100 or so thousand views, I think, on initial release, and he was so frustrated using YouTube premieres. And he had expected about over 1 million views, and I was like, wow, I am not trying that anytime soon.
Oh my gosh! Did he Did he scheduled it ahead of time, or did he just kind of premiered it? Try to do
I think it was scheduled. So he did, he was in there to chat with everybody, and then the video stayed live afterwards.
Yeah.
But again, his video didn't pull as much as his videos typically do. So I was like, wow.
All right. Be careful. I guess we got to stay away from premiere.
Got to be very cautious of it if you want to get a video with a lot of hits on it.
2 kinds of premieres that's failing us right now.
Oh my God. Okay. So.
Oh boy. That starts something that triggers something.
Yeah, a little bit, man. I know we're on a tangent here from our topics, but I was using Premiere Pro, And I have you updated to the newest Premiere
Yeah,
2019?
I'm on the latest.
I
2019,
updated.
right?
Yeah, there's 2019 now, but the 2018. And I don't know what happened. I was testing out this testing software, and I installed a plugin and like messed up my 2018 Premiere. And then I updated. So I said, screw it. So I just deleted my preferences and just updated to the 2019 Premiere. And I opened up a project, a project that I was working on, this film project that I needed for last week. And all
Oh,
of a sudden, all the video's green. all the footage is green. I'm like, are you gotta be kidding me, man? So I
yeah,
couldn't use the
yeah,
2019 Premiere. So I
yeah.
just went back to 2018 somehow, and I found a way to work around it and finished up that last project I was working on in the previous version.
Yeah,
So
that's a good rule of thumb. You never want to update if you're working on a current project because you never know.
yeah,
That
I didn't. It wasn't my intention to do it. It's just that the version I had an issue, and I didn't know how to remove extensions.
Ah,
Because I installed something which was supposed to be a plugin for testing software. It's supposed to like connect with your program, but the testing software did something weird. It was literally blocking my screen, and I kept researching how do you remove an extension from Adobe Premiere Pro, and there's no information at all. There's like zero information at all, and I was kind of down under the wire, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? And I know I could have called the company, but it was like late at night, and I had a project I needed to have ready the next morning. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. So I just rolled over to the new Premiere, and it didn't have the extension plugin anymore, but it wouldn't play the video back correctly.
ouch.
So, but I got it all squared away. I got it all figured out in the last minute, but I was just like, man, dude, seriously. And then, today's episode, Jason. So you know how I was asking, he's like, hey, what can we talk about? And you said, like, how we talk about these lenses. So I'm leaving work, and I take my laptop, and I realize, crap, I need to go and set up a live event and make a thumbnail, right? So I have my Aero 15X back here, which I spent quite a bit of money on. I go and stop at this gas station, has like tables and everything. I'm like, crap, I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, make the thumbnail, and upload and set my live event, right? I try to load up my Aero 15X. I can't even get Photoshop to load up on my laptop on battery power. Not, I kid you not. This laptop won't even pull Photoshop. It starts to like lag a little bit. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. The laptop was like $2,300. I upgraded like the SSD and everything on there. So, and it wouldn't load Photoshop, Jason, on battery power. On plug it when it's plugged in, it's like this. It's so snappy. And I ran it at high performance inside of the laptop while it was on power.
I was just
It,
gonna ask. I was like, you change your battery option and everything, right?
I have it set, and it says high performance. I was so infuriated. I went back to work. I literally drove back to work, plugged it in, set up the thumbnail, and then I uploaded it. I had to drive all the way back to work. I mean, it was probably like another 5-minute back drive, to go back just to get the power, just to get it to load Photoshop because it just wouldn't do it on battery power. I was just so frustrated.
Dedication. I'm surprised you didn't stay at work.
I thought about it.
I had to like upload a thumbnail to the show.
I was just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. That was so frustrating, Jason. I was literally gonna chuck the laptop in the air, man. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is complete garbage. So when I have time, I think I'm just gonna do a fresh reinstall and see if that fixes the problem. But that's just ridiculous.
Shouldn't have to do that. I mean, like it's a fairly new laptop, isn't it?
I got it towards the end of like last year, like the tail end of like the summer before summer started last year. And this is ridiculous. 32 gigs of RAM, 6-core CPU, GTX 1070, I think max Q or something like that. And it's giving me problems. Anyhow, moving along here. Sorry about that tangent. I just got to blow off some steam, man. That just really pissed me off today.
I have to make an Aero 15 review.
And I'm gonna have to update it at some point.
All right. In the chat, everyone's talking about the giveaway that Sony was doing. I think Tag the Shooter won something, right?
Yeah, Tag. What did Tag win? What did Tag win?
I think he won the A7R3 with the G Master, with a 24-70 G Master. Very nice.
He totally deserves that for the amount of money he's invested in Sony at this point with the 400 2.8.
Yeah,
Crap.
we try to enter, but I'm pretty sure if they saw our names, they'll be like, "Ah, you just skip that one. That's this. They already have all the stuff."
You go, Jason Vong has won this A7 III 2470.
I'm sure people would rage. They're like, "What?"
You're like, oh, I just won it because I'm going to give it away on my, my sources, of course.
There we
I want to give back to you guys.
It's not for me, guys. It's for the Monday Live. I'm sorry, guys. Tiger Shooter won the A7 III, so there's nothing I can give away here in the live chat.
That's nice.
Um,
All right. I think we're going to start the show soon in like a couple hours. A couple minutes here.
couple hours. We'll just keep everyone entertained till then.
Yeah, dude. And going on with the laptop, remember when I poked fun at you a long time ago where you said your MacBook, you had to render the files out before you could work on them? Remember that?
Yeah.
I do that now. I render my files out. I have to literally render my file. I have to run proxies on Premiere in order to have a seamless and smooth editing experience.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to start doing the same thing with my Razer too. I think it's just Premiere.
I think it's Premiere. I literally run proxies now. So I've had larger projects, like I had this multicam project, 3 4K streams, and that's a lot of data. So I run proxies. I mean, it spends a couple hours doing it, so I just let it do its thing. But when I start editing, it's really smooth, no issues. It's just it sucks I run proxies, but I could have sworn in the past I wasn't doing this. That's what's really bothering me. I feel like I didn't have to do this before. But for sure, though, for multiple 4K streams, proxies was a necessity. You definitely could.
Did you turn on the acceleration for H.264?
I think I did. I could be wrong. And there was one point where I did turn it on in a previous version of Premiere, and it caused a lot lot of problems. So I avoided it completely. Okay. All right. Well, folks, that's our pre-show.
What a fiery pre-show.
Welcome to Monday Live. Thank you for joining myself, Danny, aka That One Camera Guy, and our usual host here. Go ahead and Jason, introduce yourself. Go for it.
Jason Vong, can't go wrong with the Vong, back from New York.
And he just got back, hustled his way back here, some crazy dedication just to be on the Monday Live show. And literally, this show depends on Jason Vong this evening because it's all about him.
Please.
Because I was like, what in the world are we going to talk about today? And so the headlines today is kind of talking a little bit about the 40mm lens and the 56 Sigma APS-C lens. And Jason just wanted to clarify that he didn't have like real hands-on experience with the 56, but he did with the 40. So we're going to talk about that. I'll talk about some stuff that I've been working on, that I've been doing, and we're going to go through our new gear as we usually do. So that's our show. There's just not a lot going on in the Sony mirrorless world at this point.
Yeah.
What's up? They're just not. There's just not.
Yeah. Already out.
There wasn't any like major announcement at PhotoPlus, which I was kind of hoping for, and there wasn't a lot going on there. So I'm just giving you a heads up now, so that way you know what in the world you're getting yourself into for this Monday Live. All right, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with our hashtag new gear segment. So please let us know in the comments any gear you might have recently picked up this week, or maybe even last week if you didn't get a chance to join us for the live show. So just tack on hashtag new gear, and Jason Vong and I will try to go ahead and read it off on the show. But we're going to go ahead and start off with Jason. And Jason, anything you picked up this past week?
Yeah, I'm trying to look around here, but we went shopping at B&H, but we didn't really buy the whole store out because we didn't win the lottery. We won the lottery last week for the Mega Millions. Would have bought out the entire B&H store, but unfortunately not. Gotta keep the spendings low, so I bought a $15 GoPro sleeve for my new GoPro Hero 7. Did a little voting thing on my Instagram story. I was like, which one should I pick? The blue sleeve or the black sleeve? So people voted for the black one, so I got the black sleeve for the GoPro. And that is literally it. Didn't really spend that much money. I mean, like all the money that we spent is just pretty much on Uber rides, just trying to get around New York. So
Have you spent much time using the GoPro Hero 7 yet? Like any opportunities to test it out?
Yeah, we had we had a chance. I took it down to Grand Central Station to do a bit of like the hyperlapse feature, the time
Hmm.
warp feature, whatever they were advertising, and it worked surprisingly really well. So prior to that, I was kind of researching on how to actually do it on a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, and you would have to try to use it with an intervalometer or just kind of like move in equal steps towards a certain point of interest that you would want to do the hyperlapse on. So that process obviously takes a lot longer because you have to walk, snap, walk, snap, walk, snap until you have like over 1,000 images, and then you have to like throw it onto Adobe After Effects to like animate it and stabilize it with Premiere Pro. With the GoPro, it's just so seamless. You just like walk, and then at the end of it, it'll just play back in that hyperlapse time,
Hmm.
and it looks really good. I mean, granted, if there's a little bit of flaws, probably because of me, but for the most part, you're saving a lot of time getting very similar effect.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, are we expecting a review at some point, Jason?
Oh, I think there's a lot of reviews out on the GoPro. I'm gonna talk about it, but I didn't. I just purchased it for like my own, just for some fun. But if a lot of people here are expecting a GoPro Hero 7 review from me, go ahead and drop it in the chat.
Maybe how could you can utilize it for the kind of work that you're doing, or do you even see maybe a wedding application to it by any chance?
I
Do
don't know.
you? Could you see it?
Maybe put maybe a wide angle. About wide angle and set it up there. I mean, like the low light is still okay because it's a GoPro.
Yeah.
But if you're in like really well lit situation, I can see it being a pretty decent wide angle to cut back to. So yeah, nice safety little backup camera.
Okay. Cool. Let's see here. As far as things that I picked up, I didn't pick up anything substantial. I went and picked up. I did order some of these desktop speakers here.
See that bang right there.
um, so I picked up some desktop speakers. They're $100 from B&H Photo. I just needed some because I just been using these earbuds to listen in on what I was editing, and I actually wanted to try some because I just wanted to get a better idea of how the sounds or how the audio was coming out for the videos I was editing. And it's nice. I should have got these things a lot sooner. I just been holding out on them. I just didn't want to put speakers on my desk. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I got.
I know that feeling because like I actually don't have a pair of speakers right behind me. So what my monitor does is that it has a built-in speaker, which obviously isn't that great. So whenever I
Mhm.
do have to monitor audio, I would have to put on a noise canceling headphone. And so my TV as well, straight, sound comes straight out of the TV. But then we got a chance to play some Mario Party at Vivian's house, and with that, got a sound bar going on. And I'm like, crap, this sounds really good. Maybe I should start thinking about getting either a sound bar for the TV or a
Yeah.
pair of speakers for the desktop.
No, I mean, it could be good. The reason why I needed it was because the stuff that we were playing, the videos I was editing was gonna be played in a theater, basically our auditorium, which is kind of like
Right.
a theater, and so they're using a really nice sound system. And the thing is, I can't really distinguish the audio, like how the feeling of that what the audio is gonna sound like in such a large room. And yeah, so I was like, man, I'm gonna try and get some of these so I can just get a feel for
No,
it.
that's good because then you have no idea how bassy your video
Yeah.
may be. So then, like when you play it at an actual theater, it might blow out the subwoofer. So
Oh,
good thing you have.
yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but there was a video that I edited. It was like a sports pump up video for our school rally, and it was a huge rally, like a really big thing. It was completely packed, and people were screaming the entire time through the video that was being shown because they were super excited and pumped up. I couldn't even hear the music anymore in the video that I put together. And I was on the audio console, the mixer, and I was like pushing the audio even higher, and I couldn't even hear it. But I don't know, man. That's just some
Okay,
crazy stuff.
it's okay. People are used to it. They're watching videos on their phone anyway. So as long as the visuals look good.
The video looked good, man, and people were super hyped. And that was the video I was using the Zoo and Crane with when I was. Remember, I told you it was a complaint I had. I made this video, and I was like, man, the Zoo and Crane shaking and everything, but I still made it work. And I'm gonna try it again, the Z and Crane, see if I could balance it properly, because I don't think I ever did. But I think I finally found that little piece that I needed. So
it's fine. Just stick with your Ronin.
Whatever. I'll try it again. All right. So that's my new gear. Let's see what folks have recently picked up here.
Cool.
All right. Benoit Levesque. I just got the new Zhiyun Weeble for my LS6500. Okay, great. I missed some other ones here.
Okay.
Am I missing some? I sounds like he ordered it. Nivek 888 new gear 24mm f1.4 G Master. 2 thumbs up so far.
Nice. I just got released Friday, so
nice.
Jealous.
Maximus new gear Sony A7 III and the Sony 85 1.8. That's not a bad lens at all.
Very nice. John Lee new gear 24 1.4 GM. Amazing. Loving it for photo. Haven't tested it for video yet.
Man, people are egging me on. Eli new gear more Google Drive storage.
Can't go wrong with that.
I heard there was. Sorry to cut you. I heard there was a way to get like infinite storage from Google. There's like a trick. I think it was on like Linus Tech Tips video, but they found a way to get like unlimited storage. It wasn't free, obviously, but you could get to a point of unlimited storage. But I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
It's one of those like Dropbox referral hacks where you get like 1 gig per friend that signs up.
No, I don't think it was like that. There was just some way to do it. AW305 new gear Sony hat courtesy of Jason Vong. How nice of you, man.
You're welcome. Got some hats. Let's see here. Neeks Media just got a battery vertical grip for the A7S II R2, and man, it makes a world of a difference. Hashtag new gear.
Nice. It really does, especially if you need a larger grip on your camera. Absolutely. Bob O, new gear, PhotoPlus swag. Did they give like Nikon bags or something this time? Or what kind of bags did they give out?
Okay, yeah, they gave out the yellow Nikon bags. They were also giving out some Nikon Z shirts.
Oh, fancy. Which Jason won't wear, of course, but
which to Vivian's word, they're very comfortable.
Wouldn't let me keep it.
But she can't keep it.
Oh.
It'll be worn off screen.
Paul Donnell, new gear, Sony 7300 and the Godox V860 Mark II and the X1T.
Very nice. Setup. Avi or Alon, hashtag new gear, Tamara 2075. Great seeing you at the show, Jason. Good seeing you too, man.
Carlos Carlitos, new gear, 55 1.8. But what about the 40 Batis, Jason?
It's amazing. We'll talk about it today.
All right.
And Tim Lau is correcting me. Grand Central is a terminal, not a station. Sorry, man. From LA. I'm from LA. God forgive me. I don't know these things.
I know, man.
Tag the shooter, hashtag new gear. Does winning new gear from the gear section count? Won the A7 III and 24-70. We still hate you for that. And missed my delivery for my Sony 24 GM because I was in New York trying to meet Jason. Oh, okay, man. You got more than what you bargained for. Sony A7 III.
That's totally great, man. Tanner Sebastian, new gear. Pretty sure my girlfriend got me a Peak Design slide light strap for our anniversary. She's bad at surprises.
Just pretend. Lorraine Freely Kirk, hashtag new gear, the 90mm macro. Very nice.
It's a really good lens. Let's see here. Steve Holt, new gear. Tascam DR10 CS. Much better than just a DR10. Look it up if you have a wireless system already.
Very cool. Let's see here. JPA 4K, hashtag new gear. In last week, the Zeus 5518, the Sony.
That's amazing. That must be some godlike lens capability.
Lightning fast lens you got there.
We're just kidding, JPA 4K. We know what you're talking about. I mean, hey man, Jason, I dropped mine, so I mean it must be amazing. I mean, it was scratchless.
Divine intervention. We sure know why now. And
Creative Films
450 bag.
New gear from Creative Films A7 III to go with the A7R III. Ooh,
nice.
fancy.
We're twinning it up. I think we read that already. I saw another person got peak design strap, Nikai.
And we just got a drop of $24.99 from GFF Matt. Thank you so much for that donation. Really appreciate it.
Danny's up another $25 for the 400mm f2.8, guys.
Oh my gosh. I would rent it out, but there's like no games going on right now. Or school. We're gonna save questions towards the end, Alan. Let's see. Tag the shooter. Oh, go for it, man.
Viet DN picked up the A7R3 7200G M24 to 135 F4. I think you're 105. 8518 last week.
That's some fire stuff you got there.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Hey, Christmas is 2 months from now, right? Calm down.
Tag the shooter says he finally got some Sony swag, and Alpha had said Jason be sporting 3 different ones. Nice.
3 different ones. I barely have like 2.
Let's see here.
Jai Kavi hashtag cable ties. Hashtag nuclear cable ties. Nice.
Hey, those are good, man. I got some Velcro those little straps is like zip tied stuff.
No, you need the Think Tank ones. The Think Tank red whips. Those are amazing.
What? Think Tank red? Okay, I gotta look that up.
Whips. They're awesome.
Photo Miak New Gear Glow Easy Lock 34-inch softbox says, I love that thing. Awesome.
Alan McKean, New Gear small rig monitor NATO mount. Nice.
I was looking at one of those actually, but I don't know if it's the NATO version. It's just the one that kind of like sits there and allows you to. It creates a bit of tension for you to tilt the monitor. I was thinking of picking one up for the Atomos V5.
Oh, you need one. Nikai Wells hashtag New Gear a Monkey Pod 5. Very nice. It's a gorilla pod.
Yeah, at first I was like monkey pod. Oh, okay.
Monkey pod.
Let's see here. Steve Holt, New Gear small rig Z6 cage. At least I pre-ordered it anyways. I was like, for a second, I was asking myself, Z6. Oh, he's talking about the Nikon.
Must be. Too smart. Hashtag New Gear. Photox 27.5 inch booty dish from B&H.
Did you say booty dish? Jean-Louis Imperial New Gear Godox LC500 light stick.
Very nice. Panda Photographer New Gear Zoom H4n, a Anduer Q8 fluid head and aperture CRI 95 plus bicolor LED extra VA62 newer 4K IPS monitor. Woo!
All right. Somebody's having a good time there. P. Tran 36-inch reflector. Dion Chapman liver. What? New scare liver. Oh. Yeah, I hope you're okay. Adam C. Bowen. Gotta get that 63 with kit lens, open box for $450. Wow, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal.
And I cannot pronounce this. I'm sorry. Easy guitar tutorial. Hashtag Sigma 16 1.4.
Very good. Nikai Wells, Vaio battery grip. Patrick Bishop, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Super good. I'm interested in that one, but we'll see. Sam Kong, Low Pro Tactic 350 V2 backpack and A9 OEM grip.
Tim Lau says the Pixel phones have unlimited photo storage from Google. The hack is uploading photos to your phone, then from your phone to Google Photos. That sounds like way too many steps.
I was saying that Linus from Tech Tips, he was actually just uploading massive amounts of data to a server, like terabytes of data, like literally to Google Drive storage. That's what he was doing. But yeah, but that's good too with the unlimited photos.
Damn it, Linus.
Lucas Wang, New Gear Sony A7 III finally coming from an Alpha 6300, but only rocking the FE 50mm for now. Waiting for the 20-75 Tamara to be back in stock everywhere. I can't believe the thing went out of stock again.
Quick, I talked to them. They said stocks, it coming back in stock at the end of this year might be difficult. So, yeah, just letting everyone know ahead of time. Just keep it looking. I'm not saying that there won't be stock by the end of the year, but they're saying like they won't expect to have a lot more until like early next year. Man, it's popular, dude.
All right. Chris Dye, rebuilding my website on a new platform and hoping for a Sony hat. MBD Visuals, Atomos Ninja 5.
Jason says Sony
Go for
Pro
it, man.
support hat, Sony cleaning cloth, Magma professional kit, think tank carrying case for lights.
Nice. Too smart. New Gear Small Rig 2122L bracket for the A7 III. JP Cassiano Pixel 3 XL. Kind of a bummer. Looking at the Note 9 now. Let's see. Any more? Wow, this thing's
There's a lot. You guys all, yeah, y'all know it's like 2 months. I mean, a month before Black Friday, right?
All right, we'll probably read a couple more out and then we'll get started on the show today.
Yeah. Nikai says hashtag New Gear Loom Cube. And Navi says custom made lens filter order from Glasses Shop. Okay, I think it's for sunglasses. Very cool. GFF Matt says hashtag New Gear GoPro Hero 7 Black. Tag the shooter says 24 because he missed the delivery. And Rob Turner, Tamron 2075 for the Sony A7 III.
Nice. Andy Garcia, newer fluid head for video and step down rings. Mauricio Lopez, Alpha 6500, Sigma 16mm and a 30mm. And then I think, and Bob Nolan, GoPro Hero 7 Black and Ronin S for the A7R3. All right, cool.
Nice.
We thank you guys for helping fill up the block of time. I really appreciate it for today's show. So before we talk about the lenses, Jason, obviously we know he was out for PhotoPlus and had a chance to take a look at some stuff. For me personally, I've been working on some other small projects. I was actually doing some live streaming stuff. I don't know if anybody in the chat does any live streaming work at all. And so I had the chance to work and use the Sling Studio to actually live stream a couple of school rallies, as well as actually live stream a high school football game. And I actually found it to be pretty good. Jason, have you ever looked at potentially doing a multi-cam live stream setup before?
Well, I mean, like, I think we might have a couple of inquiries for weddings to do something like that, but we figured it's just too much of a hassle and too much of a pressure. So you let me know. How was your experience live streaming?
When you're well, just really quick before we dive into it though, when you're saying for the wedding, like what would they be looking? They actually wanted to broadcast their wedding live then, right? For like some audience outside. Was that kind of the goal?
I don't remember what the exact inquiry was. It might have been for the ceremony or maybe for the reception. It's just mainly for people who wouldn't be able to attend. So I really don't remember the circumstance of it. But we shot it down pretty quickly just because we're like, live stream. We can't. We don't want to run the risk of doing that. I mean, like venues will have shoddy internet connection and all that.
That's a really good concern. But the fact that it's something that people might be wondering of asking about, I mean, you could add that as a package option potentially.
Yeah, totally. If you want to like, for something like that, we obviously would have to charge a lot more, and we would have to brief the clients in like this is a very high risk thing. I'm pretty sure people have done it. I've seen like people on the wedding Facebook groups, they have done it, but it's just like for us, it's like, well, we would just stick to what we know. I mean, like, it's not something that we would like to offer in our package at this time, but yeah.
All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. So I was approached by somebody I work with every now and then to want to go ahead and broadcast and live stream not only a school rally but also a football game. And the school that I work at, we've had like this school rivalry with this neighboring school for about 90 plus years already. And they've been having this football game for like the last 90 plus years. And so it's a pretty big rivalry for a small town community. I'm sure it doesn't get as big as like Texas schools or anything like that. But in California, in a small like Central Valley community, it was a pretty big deal. And so we wanted to go ahead and broadcast and stream it live. I've never done a multicam live stream. And so I heard about this product called Sling Studio about a year ago, and I don't know if anyone here has done any of this kind of work or has any interest in it. But I just thought I had never dealt with it before. I've only done OBS live streaming, and I said, "What the hell? You know, I'll help out, and I'll have my students help out to put it together." And what was really cool, and this is not no plug for Sling Studio, just kind of the experience with it. We did a rental with Lens Rental and got the units that we needed. And kind of let me cut into kind of a screen share here.
Oh, a presentation.
A presentation.
You're going to go able to see how Sling Studio works, right?
I'm just going to show like the products though. I'm not actually going to show like the setup, but can you actually see the screen now or no? Do I have to click share?
I see your face.
You still see my face. Okay, I'm going to click share. All right. Do you
There
see
you
it
go.
now?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, so inside you get this device here, this Sling Studio Hub. So we have this hub here. So again, these are all rentals. So you get this hub, and this hub right here goes for about $1,000, and you can buy some additional accessories like that's gonna get you additional battery power. But this is the main hub that you use, and this interacts with all these different devices. And then what you're gonna need is this device here, a camera link, which will attach to your individual camera. So if you wanted multiple camera streams at different locations recording, you would need to attach this device to each of your cameras that can support a clean HDMI feed. So we had 3 of these, and then the hub itself, you can connect an HDMI port to the back of it. So you're able to attach a camera onto the back side of this Sling Studio Hub. So we had effectively 4 different camera streams. We even had a different video source to run advertisements through the actual service. So you could run ads, you can run commercials, whatever. And then we also were able to set up a live scoreboard. And to control this whole app, or to control the whole Sling Studio Hub, was simply to use an iPad. You use an iPad app, and I had a student, like I was actually trying to learn how to use the Sling Studio software. I was barely getting the hang of it. And then I just went ahead and gave it to one of my students to learn how to do and use. And he picked it up so quickly that he was able to become the producer for like the football game, and even set up for the rally really easily. And so it was a massive hit. We had, I think when we streamed it, we had at maximum about 800 people watching the football game live on Facebook at one point. And like right now, there's about 15,000 hits on that particular video that we had live streamed. And this is just some local high school football game, but there's just a lot of people that were interested in wanting to see that game because of just how long that rivalry between those schools have been going. But yeah, I thought it was a really great learning experience. And I just was curious to see if it was something that I could utilize and leverage in my own particular workflow. The only thing is, obviously, it only outputs up to 1080p 30 and even up to 1080p 60 potentially for 2 camera signals. So, and you can only obviously push out to one source. You can't do like Facebook and YouTube together. You'd have to use like another service called Restream, I think, in order to be able to send a signal out to both of those services if you wanted to do both. So I'm not sure if anyone...
People watching this on YouTube?
Facebook. Facebook was the target area. I know it seems kind of weird, but when you think about it, a lot of the alumni and the older folks that wanted to actually watch the game, they're like older people, and a lot of them are on Facebook. So you had people that... What's up?
Probably the parents too. They're on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely. So you had people from like out of state, out of country watching the actual football game that were once like students at the school at some point. So it was pretty cool. I didn't know that the effect it was going to have, and so I've been really contemplating it and potentially getting some live studio production stuff for my school now, and even running it with the students to have them sort of be the producers for it and handle it. So I was pretty excited about it. And as far as like as a YouTube kind of teaching tutorial, I mean, or teaching system, if you think about it, Jason, if you held like a private teaching lesson and you had multicam support, I mean, you could do some live demos that way potentially. Having a multicam setup and a really easy or seamless setup with one of these as a way to switch camera views or have someone else do it. So
that's pretty awesome. How many cameras did you run for the show again?
We ran a max of 4 sources. So 1 directly to the hub, and 3 with this wireless device, which has a reach of up to 300 feet. Although there is signal interference in some areas, so you have to be really careful. This at the game, we had, I don't know, probably around 3,000 to 4,000 people show up. It could have been more. And so we definitely had to use a hardwired Ethernet connection in order to run the actual live studio hub. So there was no way we're going to be able to pull off a jetpack or like those Verizon jetpacks or whatever. It just wasn't going to happen.
You're going to need like a ton of those.
Oh, and the thing is, I was researching more. You can actually get these specific hubs that do pair bonding with these devices called a Live View, but it's $1,000, and you get these 2 modems from like Verizon or AT&T. You connect them, and it combines the 2 networks to give you a strong signal, basically. So wow. I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool learning experience trying it out for the first time. And you know, it was challenging at first, but kind of picked up on the process of how it all worked out. So very excited to see it, maybe even the potential future of using it for live teaching, potentially to have multicam operation. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a career in concert too, live streaming concert.
I mean, it can go up to 10 cameras, Jason. You could have up to 10 cameras connected. It's just an issue of signal strength in certain venues and locations when there's like a lot of interference in between things. So it worked to some degree at this game for the first time. So, but yeah, it was a good time. It was busy. It was kind of stressful a little bit, but we were able to pull it off. So.
Very cool. Awesome. And that's why Danny was not in New York.
It was really busy, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I don't know. There was some other crazy stuff, but yeah. Let's just get into our news topics. I don't want to get people like bogged down with something else that was not in the title. So, let's see.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
All right, let's go ahead and go over some of the lenses now. So, Jason, what's up?
We start off with the Sigma first because there's not much to really talk about.
So, as you know, was it maybe like a couple months ago? It was like a couple months ago now that the Sigma announced the 56mm, or like rumors had been already leaking about this Sigma 56mm f1.4 APS-C lens. And also Sigma had a release like it was like 5 sets of lenses all together. And this Sigma 56 came out just to kind of go along with their lines of very short, small APS-C primes. They already have a Sigma 16. They have the Sigma 30. And then now they're bringing out the Sigma 56 to kind of round off these really nice prime lenses. So, Jason, you said you had a chance to maybe even talk to some of the Sigma reps and even have a chance to hold on to the lens.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually mount it on the camera because they're like, it's just a display unit, and Japan wouldn't allow them to have it even mounted on a camera. So I can only touch the lens itself. So we took a little bit of an Instagram photo. So if you go to my Instagram, you would see what it looks like. But it's tiny. It is incredibly tiny. It looks tinier than actually maybe the same size as the 30 or maybe somewhere around that, but definitely shorter than the 16mm. But
so that lens you were holding on to, that was an actual production unit or close to something like a production unit. It's just you can't use it.
Right? Might have been just a display, you know, it's just maybe just a shell or something with some glass, but definitely nothing working with that lens.
Was there actual glass? Like it was had glass on there, correct? It wasn't just like
they just told me the display unit, so I have no idea like what's inside of it, if it's rocks or anything like that. But definitely, you know, you get a good feel of what the lens would weigh or like what it would look like in terms of size and everything.
I was hoping you would just bust it slowly from below. You're like, got it right here.
But the 56 is a very interesting angle because when you have that multiplication 1.5 times, it's almost equivalent to like an 85 on a full frame camera. So this is like a portrait lens for APS-C. So
I could have sworn Fuji has a 56 1.2 or something like that. I think they have that same exact focal length, the 56mm.
Did it just come out?
No, I don't know if it just came out, but I think Fuji has had like a 56mm lens.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very interesting focal length they ran with. Let's see.
Yeah. So they have that one. It's coming out. It's a 1.4 lens, much like their other contemporary line, 16, 30, and 56 now. And I think what they told me is that they will probably likely release a little case, either a pouch or a case that actually houses all 3 of those lenses. So you can either buy a collection or you can buy. I'm hoping they would sell the pouch separately because most people, I would assume, would have. I already have the 16 and the 30, so it'd be unfair if the pouch didn't get included or sold separately in some way. But you can get a nice little case with the 56.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Now, and again, just holding on to the lens, it was fairly light, you felt? It was like it would pair well with an APS-C body?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. It was very nice. Very comfortable. I wish I could mount it onto the camera just to like get a really good feel what it would feel like on an A6500. But again, just help the lens out. Just like it's not going to be a little too front heavy like it is with the 16. It's pretty solid. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, when you were out there talking with Sigma, did you get a chance to look at their other upcoming Sigma lenses like the 70-200? Did they have those out as well?
You know what? did not get a chance to test out or held the 7200, but there's a couple that I was able to actually got a chance to hold. 3 of them actually: 28mm 1.4, 40mm 1.4, and the 105 1.4 for the Sony mount. So the 28 and the 40, they were Canon mount. They didn't have the E mount versions available yet, but they are quite hefty, quite chunky, fatty, hefty. Yeah, it was heavy. It was just heavy. That's all I can say. We have some photos, good photos of it. But they're huge. They are huge glass, and I think we talked about it last week how Sigma are just more concentrated on optical quality versus weight and size. So they're willing to go as much as is needed in order just to get that quality, the optical quality with their lenses. So the 28 and the 40 expected to be huge and heavy. And I got a chance to hold the 105 1.4 as well. I think Manny managed to take it out with him at PhotoPlus for 24 hours too. I haven't got a chance to watch the video yet, but that lens is huge too.
It feels like it's been a long time. So they barely have the E mount version coming out now. Is that what's going on? The Sigma 105?
I don't know if they're coming out within the next couple of months, but the E mount version it's out there. It definitely exists now, as opposed to just the EF version or whatever the Nikon version is. So we got a hands-on with the 105. We shot a couple of photos, none that we could take with, but it's nice, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to what the kind of photos that you've gotten when you got the 105 to test out. So
yeah, it's a nice lens. I feel like it's overrated, but I mean it's a great lens.
No, tell Francisco that, because Francisco Joel Hernandez he placed the pre-order for that.
It's not all I'm saying. I don't mean it I just mean in a joking manner. It's not the first lens I would recommend someone to get. That's just what I would encourage like an 85 before I would say get a 105. That's all I would say. Like the 105 is basically a lens you would get after, you're like, okay, I already got an 85. I got some extra money, some expendable money. Let's go with a 105 and try something different. That's the way I look at that lens.
The one you play with also had like a little bit of a tripod mount too, right?
Yes, it has a tripod. Yeah. It's a big chunky lens. It's a chunky lens.
Yeah. Not even the 135 has the little tripod mount.
No. I mean, it's a nice lens, but when I had used it, I mean, it had, like, I think we talked about it before already. It's a very specific target use, portraits.
Yeah.
And I was trying to use it kind of like in an event environment, and I just felt it was either too long in the reach or too short in the reach. It was never in the right proximity for me, in some cases. So I'm not knocking the lens. It's a really great lens. I just don't think it's the first choice people would want to go for. So,
well, let us know or chat. Would you?
And when I wanted to use it for sports, it just felt a little slow. I was using the EF version with the Sigma MC11. It just felt a little slow to snap the photo. It still hit. It just was slow to snap the photo.
Would you get the lens? Would you get the lens for the the FE version, just to try again, just to see if?
No, it's because I know for a fact it's not going to be any better.
Okay.
That's just based on previous tests with other Sigma FE lenses. In a sport application, I wouldn't get it, but in a regular slow kind of portrait thing, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't have a problem with it. It's just because I do sports action stuff that I wouldn't want to.
And when you use it with the A9, we can probably expect it to not hit that 20 frames per second, right?
It won't hit the 20 frames per second, and there's a bit of a lag when you push the shutter button. It just doesn't attack as fast as a native lens, and so you lose out on that ability. So you have to press the shutter button before the action even happens. Like you have to prep the push prior to something happening.
Ouch. Ouch.
It's not bad. I mean, it's still good. I mean, I've worked with those adapted lenses before, but it's just a little bit different. Okay.
Yeah.
So so you didn't get a chance to look at the 70-200, Jason?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to.
Did they have like a model, like an actual like display model by any chance? Did you notice? Or
I think so. It was in the display. It was in the display case. I was actually a little bit too focused on the 56 because I know that's something that's very popular with the APS-C users. So that was my main focus. But in terms of like what else they were pitching to me, it was the 28, the 40, and the 105. But 70-200, I kind of vaguely remember it being in the case. So I didn't get a chance to touch it, hold it, or feel it. But I don't think it's gonna come out for the FE Sony
No.
soon.
No, I don't think so. And anyone's trying. It's an unfortunate situation because I had thought so that they had worked it out. They were going to release an FE model, but just looking at the comparisons of performance between a Sigma MC11 version and an FE version, they seem to have somewhat similar performances. It's just the FE seems to be quieter in terms of its focusing speed or its focusing capabilities. So if you did want an alternate 70-200, you do have this particular Sigma 70-200 as an option. You're still not going to get the same attack performance with your Sony stuff if you're shooting sports. But if you're not having to shoot like high aggressive sports, I think it'll still be a good option. But like I've said, I definitely will try to see if I can test one out later when it's out. But yeah, it just sucks. I think everyone was really banking on a third-party option, and I think Tamara will probably be the will probably beat Sigma to it.
And
Maybe I'm hoping.
And speaking of Tamron, I actually stopped by the booth too, and I let them know, kind of relaying the message for everybody. It's just like, hey, 2875, super popular, And I know you guys probably don't know this or probably cannot give me any information, but people would love to see a wide angle option or a 70-200 option from Tamron, and they're like, duly noted. hopefully they will have something coming out. But they do realize there's 20-75 was very popular, and they did tell me that again earlier in the chat, earlier in the show. I said they are not expecting much stock to come back the end of this year. We may see more next year, but just keep an eye out still. But likely we'll see more of it being fully in stock by early 2019.
It may be nice for like an 80-200 or something like that. F4, they do have 2.8. That's great too. If they can keeping it with that same kind of weight style setup as a 20-75, I think that'd be really awesome. So, but like I said, I think you're more likely to see something come from Tamron than maybe Sigma at this time. And I don't know. Sigma's got a lot on their hands. I mean, think about it. They got the L mount coming around soon, right? So a lot of resources are going to be put towards that L mount system. They're also looking to develop a camera as well. Don't forget that one. And they will be prioritizing certain mirrorless lenses specifically for their Sigma camera too, potentially in the future. So I don't know. It's a kind of sucks, but hopefully with tests and maybe we can find out that the Sigma MC11 adapter still works well with that 70-200 EF. Okay.
Cool. Should we jump in the comments really quick?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, Creative Film says, I can't see myself ever going back to APS-C cameras. Love the full frame look with video, especially. PhotoMX says the Fuji has the 56 1.2. It's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
Per Anderson, any comments on how the 70-200 will work with a Sony? It's like anything like a Canon, it might not. Yeah.
I mean, I use this, like I said, the 120 and the 300. It works okay. It just still doesn't. I don't know how best to explain it. It's like when you push the shutter, it's not instantaneous when it takes the photo. It's like a hang up on there. And then focus wise, in terms of those lenses, it kind of locks the focus on. So you have to you can't just hold the shutter. But if something was running towards you, you couldn't hold the shutter button down. You'd have to release the shutter button, re-lock it again, like push it down again in order to retain focus.
Yeah,
that's just how that's been my experience with adapting with the MC11 with the Sigma lenses. I'm guessing that's how the performance is going to be with the 70-200.
PhotoMX, the Nikon 105 1.4 is a bit smaller, but still super sharp, and even that thing is huge, in my opinion.
And it's very expensive too, much more expensive than the Sigma option.
Muataz Mohammed, some people say Sigma 105 E-mount is as fast as 135.
I didn't find that 135 fast.
Yeah.
It's still same situation though.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, that's pretty much it for the Sigma talks.
Vincent Vega. You guys aren't gonna talk about the best announcement? The McRib is back.
Oh, I am gonna swing by McDonald's tomorrow.
You know, I was like, when I got the McRib, it just reminded me like school lunches had actually given the same kind of sandwiches before, so it just wasn't appealing to me.
Your
The
school too,
McRib.
man? Yeah, my school.
They gave something that was similar to the McRib, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. They probably have the same food distribution.
Vendor or yeah, food distribution.
You probably got the same crappy hamburger and burrito sandwich or something. Anyways, we can move on to Zeiss 40mm f2.
Oh yeah, let's tackle that monster. Before we jump into that though, I think they just announced a retail price for the 40mm f2.
Yeah, $1,300, $1,299, I think.
Ooh, wow.
So about
Not-
$100 cheaper than the 24 to 1.4. I mean, they're both different lenses, but just to throw it out there, the two different prices that we're working with.
right. So it's $12.99 you said, right? For the 20.
Yeah. Coming out early December. It's
Mhm.
a 40mm, as you guys know, with the Batis line. There's the 18, the 25, and then it skips over to the 85 and the 135. So there's something kind of missing in between. So a lot of people were kind of wondering if there's going to be a Batis 50, and there's just way too many 50s out there. So they decided to go with a 40mm f2, and there's going to be like a little CF lettering on the hood, which stands for close focusing. So it's not exactly a macro lens, but it has a 1 to 3 magnification with that lens. So you can still get really close, but not macro close. And I actually found myself really liking that lens, Danny. Like I was shocked. So you probably saw me working with the 55 a lot when we're out of conditions, right? And I'm trying to take like product shots.
I remember.
I'm trying to take product shots with the 55-1.8. God bless, it's a great lens. But to do detail shots, to get like really close and focus on certain logos or certain things of a product that we have to cover at show, just super hard. And what I would do is that what I would have to do is I would have to back up, punch in super 35 mode to get that same minimum focusing distance, but getting that 1.5 times crop just to get the shot of whatever it is that I'm doing. With the 40mm, though, I don't because of that close focusing. So I forgot what the distance was, but we can look it up on B&H later. But I was doing a coverage on the Zhiyun, the new Weibo crane that's coming out, and I was just getting a lot of detail shots, you know, the buttons of the gimbal, the logo of the gimbal, the joystick of the gimbal. Had really no issues just getting the shots that I need with the 40mm, and I didn't even have to punch into super 35 mode. So in terms of like versatility, I think that's a great lens to have if you don't want to have to use a zoom lens. So you can get in really close, zoom in with your feet, or just back out. So it's a great lens. It's right in between a 35 and a 50, but it could be that wide general walk around lens that you would enjoy on a 35, or you can get somewhat of a bit of a portrait look like you would on a 50, but on a 40. Fantastic lens. I love it a lot.
They're saying there's a maximum magnification of 1 to 3.3.
Yeah, 1 to 3.3.
So you're not getting 1 to 1. You're getting like a third. If anyone knows the math on that kind of stuff, that's not bad. So they basically designed this lens for Jason Vong. That's amazing. They knew exactly what Jason Vong was looking for, and they created that lens.
They knew what I was looking for, and I didn't even know what I was looking for. You know, I was struggling. You know, prior to that, we were covering the 56, and I think I was covering the 16 last year too. And I was shooting with the 55, and I was like, God, I just wish I can get a little closer with little text in there. But it's just hard with the 55. But it never occurred to me to just be like, okay, get a macro lens or something, because I wouldn't want to carry a different lens. You know, I just want to stick to that one lens and do all the coverage that I need. So try and do it with the 55. But now with the 40 coming out, I'm like, damn, might just pick one up.
Did you get a chance to test like video autofocus on it by any with it?
Yeah. So again, I was doing coverage on the Weibo Lab, so that was my video experience with the lens. It was great. It wasn't hunting. It wasn't doing anything weird as far as I can remember. But yeah, photo autofocus is great too. We took some nightscapes of New York, went up to the Rockefeller Building and the Empire State Building. Got some. Actually, no, sorry, just the Rockefeller Building with the 40mm. Got some great landscapes with it. Great lens.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think I was kind of debating between the 24 and the 40. The 24 also have a bit of a close focusing capability as well, but it's up to like 1 to 5 actually, as opposed to 1 to 3 with the 40mm. Tough choice.
So for you, it's a tough choice between the 24 and this one, but you would say you might lean a little more towards the Batis 40.
I would say it's not that much of a tough choice because again, not really again, but the 24, I already have a lot of that, a lot of that similar focal length already, 16 to 35, 24 to 70. It's just I probably don't need something like that. Probably would just the 40mm I'm leaning way closer to than I would for the 24. So yeah.
So that would be something you would gravitate more towards for more of like the particular work that you're doing with content, social media content potentially, and product shots for the time being.
Exactly. I think like even for weddings, I think it'll be great too, just to like do a quick ring shot and then just bounce to the bride getting ready or the groom getting ready. Because we like to shoot wedding prep with the 55. But then whenever we want to do detail macro shots, we would have to switch to the 50mm 2.8 macro lens. And, that's like an extra lens to bring. And, that's a swap that you would have to do. So I feel like the 40 is a good in between. I can't really say that for sure yet because I really want to get that lens out for a review and actually test it out at weddings before I make anything conclusive about it. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now with the lens.
Okay. And we just got a $10 super chat from Michael Mistro saying, Woo! Jason Vong and that 100 camera guy. Respect.
Dude,
living up to that name.
The XT3. He's gonna get the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera.
I mean, one day I'm just gonna take a photo with a bunch of cameras. I just need 100 cameras.
So Vivian actually told me this new trend that's happening right now, where like this is how people are flexing. They're posting on like Instagram, or like they like pretending that they fell or tripped or fall down, and a smash of wealth just like pours out, whether it be like a ton of money or like all these purses that these girls get, or like falling out of their car and there's like their Lamborghini and all their wallets and sunglasses and whatnot. And we were joking, we were like thinking like maybe I should do something like that, just kind of trip and fall and have all my Sony gear and lenses pour out. But I'm pretty sure you would probably do a better job, Danny, with the cameras that you have.
I don't know, man. I mean, I drop stuff all the time, so I mean, sure. Oh man, it was a great start of the day, right, Jason? Oh, there goes my RX 100 Mark V.
It works great.
Oh my gosh! All right, folks, we are in Q&A mode right now. So, if you have any questions or want to follow up on any thing that Jason might have covered over that PhotoPlus, feel free to drop the questions now, and we're going to go ahead and try and tackle them, and kind of wind down to the next 10 minutes or so for the show. All right.
Awesome.
Let's see here. Rycrat was asking, what about using the Sigma Tamara 70-200 f2.8 Sony A-mount adapter? I haven't used the A-mount adapter, unfortunately, Rycrat. So I don't know for sure. Let's see here. Graphic Mill is asking, is the Tamron 20-75 not decent for close-up shots?
Oh, it's close. It's decent. I just don't have that lens because everyone bought it.
I still have mine.
They still haven't asked for it back yet?
Shut up, Jason.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Tamron obviously doesn't watch these videos, apparently. So,
where did that lens go? That's Have you updated your cameras yet? Because there's the whole version 2 firmware update that's been floating around.
That just break the third-party stuff, batteries. Yeah, I did.
Oh, does the Tamron autofocus still works?
As far as testing it, I haven't done any other new tests with it, unfortunately. So
I just was just curious.
Yeah. Navi keeps asking this, so I'm just going to answer it. I'm working on a custom picture profile setting for the A7R2 and 3. Would you like to test it out after the show? Navi, I mean, you can shoot an email, but if I have time, I can try it. But I'm just not a picture profile kind of person. I just kind of run with whatever I've got on my camera, unfortunately. Tag the shooter QA. Should I sell this Sony Zeiss 2470 f4 brand new inbox? Oh, it was a 2470 f4. I thought it was like a 2470 of 2.81.
Damn.
Dude, sell it. Sell it.
Sell it and get the Tamron. Wait, hold on. I think you have the Tamron already.
Lucas Wang, what do you guys do for work outside of YouTube, if you guys don't mind? Lucas, I'm a teacher. Jason does YouTube. Just kidding.
There you go. Just YouTube. We shoot wedding films too. Got like 3 more weddings in the backlog to try to finish within the next
2 minutes.
Less than 14,
tomorrow.
14 seconds, but you know, just chilling.
Oh God,
Annie.
Oh God. Let's see. Wingbird question: does eye autofocus on the Alpha 6500 work as well as on the A7 Mark III?
I feel like it works better. Sorry, wait, what? No, A7 III works better.
It should be better. I mean, I think the algorithms are improved on the A7 III.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I didn't do a side-by-side test, Wingbird, so don't hold me to it. Clear me. QA, should I get the 28 f2 or save up for the 24 1.4?
24 1.4.
28 f2. I have no idea, man. I am so sorry. What's your budget?
20. Again, just like 28 is not wide enough.
I don't know what you're doing, Claremy, so just clarify, Claremy. If you can, what's your goal? Timothy O'Connor, do you think a lens like the Canon RF 51.2 is possible on the E-mount with the same performance? I thought Sony was responding to this and said they can also make fast prime lenses too.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that they're able to do it too. And I think they were just saying that the mount opening on the Sony, I think Canon was basically jabbing at Sony, saying when they first built the E-mount, they built it for APS-C, not full frame. It just so happened it worked in reverse, so they went to full frame. But I don't know. Sony pulls stuff out all the time, so who knows? I don't know for sure.
Infinity Unlimited. Q&A, does the new Batis 40 f2 versatile enough for travel, or should I get the FE16 and 35 f4? Those are two really different lenses, in my opinion. Again, I took the 40 up to the top of the rock to shoot some nightscapes of New York, and you can see that on my community page for my Instagram page. But while the 40 is good, sometimes I do want the wider look. So it was a good thing to have the Batis 25 f2 with me to get like a really wider landscape of things. So talking about travel and versatility, you might be better off with the 16 to 35 if you want that maximum versatility for travel.
Yeah, you would still need to bring another lens. I feel that you still need a prime. You kind of fall into these two situations. If you're doing a lot of wide scapes and stuff. Jason Bird, is the Tamron 20 to 75 a good choice for the Alpha 6500? I don't think it's a bad choice. I just think it's not wide enough in some cases. That's the only thing you got to be careful of.
Yeah, keep your 16 to 50 if you want to use that lens. Keep your kit lens and pair it up with the 20 to 75.
Unless you want to drop and get a Sigma 16 millimeters, so you got your wide end covered or something. But that'd be the only concern. I wouldn't say it's not a bad choice. It's just the wide end is an issue. Adam Street Boy is asking, QA, is 42 megapixels too much for weddings? I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's completely necessary. That's just my opinion, though. But I don't shoot in the wedding market, so whoever might be doing that might be a good bet.
I typically would use like an A7 III. Well, back when I did shoot like a few wedding photos, I would do 6500 24 megapixels for like all the general stuff. But for like portraits, I would switch to the A7R2 for 42 megapixel portrait stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the customer base, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Michael Mistro saying he's really liking the 24 jam he picked up. Really liking it a lot. I don't want to buy. Damn it, Michael.
Seriously.
He's the one pushing gas.
Oh man, it feels like I'm going with the unpopular choice again, the Batis line.
Tim Lau, A7 III is better. The processor in is faster than the 6500. I would agree at this point.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Calaf 1234. I want to pay rent this month. Here's my Venmo.
Viet Dien, what bags are you guys using as your daily driver or whatever you want to call it? Peak Design stuff. What are you using, Jason?
Peak Design stuff, Think Tank, Airport Essential. I just kind of dance around bags nowadays. So
Jason's got too many bags. Too many bags.
Do, man. I use them all. The problem. I should try not to and try to get rid of some, but they just have their own different applications. You know, sometimes there's a specific thing that I would need a certain bag for on a certain day. But yeah, Peak Design, Think Tank are like my favorite.
Yeah, I'm using the Peak Design 30L and also this one here. I forgot what these are called, but yeah, this thing here.
The Messenger. Yeah,
there you go. Whatever it's called. I still got that little George's cameras little thing there.
I got some Sigmas if you want. That's some Sigmas if you want.
It's cool for now. Oh, and got the 6500 with the 18-105. Very nice. Very nice. APS-C is not dead. I don't use it as often. Okay, moving on here. All right. Let's see here.
Evoke Studio Photography. Jason, do you think the B40 is going to be like the B135, confusing on paper but badass in use? What do you mean confusing on paper?
Remember we bagged on the I bagged on the Batis 135. Remember, I was like, dude, that's trash. Get the Sigma 135 1.8 or something like that. And then when we tried it, it was it was a really sharp lens. It was really nice.
Okay. I don't think the Batis 40 would get as much heat as the 135 did when it first came out. I think the large issue with the 135 was that it was a 2.8 and it was $2,000, which was crazy. But the B40 seems to be priced very similarly to their other Batis lenses, so I don't think it'll get as much heat as the 135.
Tanner Sebastian saying, Q&A, kind of stuck on a decision. I'm now in charge of a social media for snowboarding ski club for my university. Should I use the A7R III to shoot photos and film, or invest in a GoPro Hero 7 Black?
We're probably not the right people to ask, but it seems like the GoPro Hero 7 might be pretty cool for snowboarding point of view shots.
Yeah, I would imagine as well. I mean, unless you're doing a lot of faraway shots with your A7R III, that could work. But I think the GoPro Hero 7 Black might not be a bad one to add as a supplement.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, it'd be something that's good to kind of use in conjunction.
Yeah.
Compliment.
Navi QA latest A7R III firmware updates. Sony unlocked all focus modes with the LAEA3 mount adapter. Will you test the Sony A7A lenses on A7R III now? It's not something on my radar, Navi, unfortunately, at this time.
Wingbird asks, "What about the purple Altura bag?" I still have it brand new. I haven't opened it yet. Danny's one probably shredded and broke.
Yeah, I used it to shove some audio gear into it. I did use it recently. We need to get one. We need to find the actual manufacturer for that specific brand and rebadge it, Jason. Like rebadge it to like the potato sack or something, or just give it a new name.
Hey, Altura has who has a contact to Altura? Tell them to hit me and Danny up for some custom made potato.
But I don't think it's Altura alone. It's just the name that they attached on it. I think there's another manufacturer that has the same bag, just different badge of name on it.
Oh, we got to find someone from maybe. So
I think we can get it from like Alibaba or something like that. We got to go to that website. Just
put a little potato logo on it with the potato bag. Oh, that'd be awesome,
dude. The potato sack.
Kirby Bernier, do you guys have a close estimate of the price of the Sigma 56?
I'm gonna say sub $500.
Yeah,
Sub
just
500.
judging from what the 16 and 30 are priced at right now.
Yeah. Let's see here. Adam C. Bowen, is it worth getting the 18-105 if I am currently using a Canon 24-105 f4 with the Sigma MC11? Some features do not work with the Canon 24-105 eye autofocus. I like landscape and wildlife. I mean, are you getting video autofocus? Is that important to you? I mean, if you're not having any issues with it now, then just stick with the 24-105. If you just need better compatibility, the 18-105 is not a bad choice. It's a tough answer there. Sorry. That's the best I could do.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a few more and then call it quits. So the last one or so, Samuel Jacob just picked up he just asked saying he got the 100-400 G Master. Absolutely loving it. Samuel, I love that lens too. This is part of the can't afford the 400 2.8 club.
Trust me, guys. Danny is getting close. He just needs another $3,000.
I just need another $10,000 and we'll be on our way to the
Get rid of that Arrow 15 and we'll have some money.
This freaking garbage left. Oh my god. It works fine plugged in. It works really well plugged in. Unplugged, problem. I'm just gonna go back to this Alienware here. This thing has been doing its job. Good laptop.
Bob asks, I'm slowly leaning towards the 16 and 35 G Master. Should I wait or wait for Black Friday? In our experience, I don't think lenses will go much cheaper. Maybe just a couple $100 cheaper, but
I don't think Sony is going to do anything crazy though. It's probably be another like a third party or something.
Yeah.
Or you might see like maybe $100 off on the camera bodies. Maybe savings $100 on lenses. That's maybe.
Yeah.
But nothing out of the ordinary.
If you're looking for massive discounts, you're not going to really find them.
Yeah. You see, Pritchard said he's getting his 24 1.4 GM lens tomorrow. Super excited. Man, everyone's just getting that lens. I kind of want to get it, but I don't want to.
Don't do it.
I'm just going to wait. I'm going to hold off. Let's see here.
I'll tell you that.
Okay. I think that's going to do it for the show tonight. Jason.
Awesome.
I want to let you go soon. I mean, you've been tired, long time in New York and just got back. Anything people can expect from you in the next week or so?
I mean, everyone's here, but you guys already got my thoughts, my first impressions on all the stuff. I'll just be rolling some of those out with photo samples. Well, just from the 40mm itself, but that's coming out this week. So expect the photo samples and stuff from the 40.
Okay. All right. Expect nothing from me. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us on our Monday Live show this evening. Next week, it's going to be on Jason Vong's channel, so make sure you are on there. And don't forget to drop a like and a comment or whatever you want to do. I'd really appreciate it. And we will catch you on the next Monday Live show. Peace.
Peace.
Wait, Danny No found it. Hold on. Hold on. I think someone found it on Alibaba.
No way.
Oh,
No
we
way.
did. He did. Sorry, guys. The show's not over yet. Hang on here. We found Danny. No, just was it Danny? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is so random. Let's just pull it up right now.
Oh my
Jason.
god. Oh
Jason,
my god.
look at it.
Oh my gosh.
We can buy 500 pieces at like $5 a pop. I think it comes with stuff. Does it come with free stuff?
Comes with looks like a Canon camera. Is it a camera? Nikon?
Nice.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
5 out of 5.
Wait, so
Very
with
good.
Alibaba, can we add the logo in? Like, when we send them the design, can they add the logo in?
Yeah, I believe so. And then I think if you work through Amazon, you can have them send it directly to Amazon, and Amazon could sell the product for us.
Oh shoot! Oh, we can make some potato merch.
Technically, you'll never ever see it at your door, but I think it's called Fulfillment by Amazon. That's what it's called. That's what's
doing. Let's do it.
All right, we're ordering 500 pieces, limited edition.
Yeah,
limited edition potato sack pack.
$100 a pop, so Danny can buy us 400. That's awesome.
Right, Crad just dropped $5 towards your 400 mil. Thank you, Right, Crad. I appreciate that. All right, that's gonna do it. Sorry for the random plug there with this random Altura bag.
Oh man, you got like last minute super chat donations from Steve P. Richard, $5.
Oh, whoa, Steve Pritchard, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it.
Thank
He
you.
was our big donor last time. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks, Steve. Thank you.
All right. We will see you guys later. We'll talk about what was that camera you got the other day, Jason, at New York?
Huh?
Oh.